they have before. She should just align that. Yes, ma'am. 4 new cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed in Nigeria, 3 in Lagos and 1 in the FCT, totaling cases confirmed so far. Making total cases confirmed of this, making the total is confirmed so far. Cases, total cases confirmed so far, 240. 240 with 37 active cases, 2 recoveries and 1 death. So far, 240. So far, 240 with 37 active cases, 2 recoveries and 1 death. As new cases of coronavirus disease are being recorded in Edo, in Lagos, and the Federal Capital Territory, with 1 death. It's been monitoring. 1 Help me to call producer. Producer, must we use this background? I believe events will have overtaken the background.
Yes,
Please, I think we should just remove it. So now my Hakima's background.
No, we can take it tomorrow. That it was repackaged.
Which one?
That is not the one that was used on Sunday. We can take it. Yes, she called me.
Let's use it tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Because tomorrow we don't even know what we are putting on there.
But we are dropping these 2 now.
Which one?
We say it's better we drop this and this for tomorrow.
Don't worry. Let's hold that report. Four new cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed in Nigeria. 3. Please, please, can you help me to give her this? That she should make correction. If she cannot, she should just bring it back to me. I'll read from the script. Bring investigator have been confirmed in Nigeria. 3 are in Lagos and 1 in the Federal Capital Territory. 3. As new cases of coronavirus disease are being recorded in Lagos and the Federal Capital Territory. She said
the department said we should read it like this.
that I should do what?
We should read it like this.
Okay. Bring in the total confirmed cases. Total cases. Good afternoon and thank you for joining us on the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. I am Shikeola Ikmenayi. 4 new cases of COVID-19 have been confirmed in Nigeria, 3 are in Lagos and 1 in the Federal Capital Territory, bringing the total cases confirmed so far to 40, with 33 active cases, 2 recoveries and 1 death. And as new cases of coronavirus disease are being recorded in Lagos and the Federal Capital Territory,
where the confirmed cases of COVID-19 are being kept in the FCT. As at the time of visit to Guagua, another confirmed case of COVID-19 was moved in through an ambulance. We also gathered that while others are being managed, 1 had unfortunately passed away, which is Nigeria's first case of death from COVID-19 pandemic. The casualty is one of the recently confirmed case of COVID in FCT, who is said to have returned to the country a week ago from the United Kingdom, where he was receiving treatment for an ailment. Efforts to get the officials to speak. It is expected that everyone adheres to the precautionary measures in place to stay safe and avoid the spread of the dreaded coronavirus disease. In Abuja, Hakimat Aliu, NTA News.
Meanwhile, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Mohammed Musa Bello, has directed that staff from grade level 1 to 12 stay home with effect from today, 24th of March 2020, till further notice. The minister gave the directive at a media briefing in Abuja. He, however, cites all workers from grade level 1 to 12 on essential duty, such as water supply, fire service, security, medical services, environmental protection, emergency services, FEMA, among others, are exempted from the stay-at-home directive. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu reports that the administration has banned all gathering in public parks, gardens, bars, nightclubs, and football viewing centers as part of the social distance measures. This is in addition to shutting down of shops in the markets and neighborhood centers in the FCT, with the exemption of those whose
Avoid social gatherings like parties and places of worship. Wash your hands regularly with soap and running water. And ultimately stay at home if you don't have an emergency. This was a message from Amak Health Department to village heads spread across the area council to transmit to their various domains.
That virus looks like a crown. That is why it is called coronavirus. But this new one that is detected is a very new one that has not been detected in human body before. That is why there is no treatment for it yet, even no vaccine against it yet, because it is a new one. It has come to Abuja, to FCT here. We have a lot of patients in Gwagwalada Specialist Hospital, and we don't even know how many people those people have contacted. They are trying to trace the number of, if you have it now and you enter into a car, they have to look for everybody that you have entered the car with.
The water we are to use to wash our hands must be clean water and running water. You know, in Africa culture, if you want to eat, all of you will dip your hand inside a bowl and wash your hand inside the same bowl. That one is not necessary. We are not using that type again.
Sapai of Garki, Alhaji Usman Ngakukbi, in strong terms, cautioned the subject against going contrary to government's guidelines.
So it's a lesson to all of us now. That please, let us, if we cannot stop, let us reduce drastically all the atrocities we have been doing.
Though the council secretariat is on a lockdown, health workers at the various primary healthcare centers have been placed on red alerts. Ba Oladipo, NTA News.
And in a related development, given the recent records of the novel coronavirus in the Federal Capital Territory, activities at the various local government council secretariats have been grounded till further notice. Chairman, Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, FCT, Adamu Denze, disclosed that the 6 area council chairmen are intensifying awareness campaign at the grassroots to keep residents properly educated on the virus. Habiba Oladipo again reports.
Matters associated with the dreaded coronavirus disease is one that many are not taking lightly, given the devastation it is causing the world over. And with its emergence in the country and the Federal Capital Territory in particular, authorities here are not leaving anything chance, from shutting down of schools, places of worship, and now local government offices around the 6 area councils of Amak, Abaji, Buari, Kwali, Kuje, and Gwagwalada.
There are departments that are very important, and there are senior officers that their services is equally very important. So their presence in the secretariat is highly needed. You can be called, even if you're at home, you can be called at any point in time to when the need for your services is needed.
He added that appropriate measures are in place to ensure prompt payment of staff salaries.
We are urging area councils to remain very vigilant to the functioning of their primary STRs, so that as soon as there is any rumors or any suspect of this kind of epidemic, it can be reported and for further action immediately.
For now, only skeletal services will be rendered at the area councils, particularly with the health department, who will be deployed on how to contain the virus
by traffic regulators.
Coronavirus has become more worrisome.
Our Khalil Ibrahim takes a look at some new hygiene trends in town.
On a normal day, one would expect personal hygiene should be a normal practice irrespective of any disease. The COVID-19 pandemic, many individuals and organizations have heightened awareness on hygiene practices, especially hand washing with soap and water and the use of hand sanitizers, while others have taken to wearing face masks and hand gloves.
I'm very much concerned. Well, I'm made to understand that when we notice anyone that is coughing or sneezing, then we should help that person with a mask so as to protect those any other person sitting around such a person.
Coronavirus, that everybody should be covering and wearing a hand glove. So I have to cover, to protect myself.
We have been informed that this is the only way we can prevent it, irrespective of the virus has entered into the country.
It might, however, interest you to know what others think about these precautionary measures.
The Lord is my face mask and my hand glove. I live my life for God, and God will protect me.
The thing started from the colonial masters, and we should not allow them to colonize us through the sickness, this kind of sickness. That's why we
are advised to maintain and sustain these personal hygiene practices beyond this period and against all forms of pandemics. Salwa Khalil Ibrahim, NTA News.
Thank you very much, Salwa. And you've been watching the news at 1 p.m. on NTA Channel 5, Abuja. There will be more reports after this time out. Do stay tuned.
Yes, the first case of coronavirus has been recorded in the FCT. Now, you cannot take chances. Do the following. Avoid markets and crowded places. Don't touch your face. Stay at home if you're feeling sick. Wash your hands frequently. Avoid handshake. Use hand sanitizers always. Be aware. Be safe. If you observe any suspected case of COVID-19, call 0803 788 2384 or 112 toll free. Be vigilant, stay safe. Let's together stem the tide. Let's keep Abuja safe. FCT Management Announcer.
The Federal Capital Territory Administration and Niger State are working assiduously towards addressing boundary dispute between the FCT and Niger State, which led to the demolition exercise in Dawaki community. This led to a roundtable meeting between the officials of the two states at the Abuja Metropolitan Management Head Office in Abuja. Shuaibu Onoze Yakubu tells us more.
Over the years, boundary disputes between FCT and Niger State has continued to generate concerns in the minds of residents of Dakwa community. More worrisome was when the bulldozers of the Development Control Department of the Abuja Metropolitan Management Council commenced the pulling down of structures in that community. The action did not go down well with the Niger State government, who sought for the amicable resolution to the dispute. Though the demolition exercise has been suspended, the issues surrounding the actual boundary between the two states have not been put to rest. This gave rise to this meeting between officials of the FCT Development Control Department, Survey and Mapping, and the Niger State Commission of Land and Housing.
It is that we have planned for certain purposes will be properly delineated, and then
will soon be arraigned in